All right, welcome back to our Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea campaign. This is session 72. And when we left the party, they were in or on a strange planet, a planet named Sedastar that none had heard of before. A dying planet, mostly dead as it would be, except for a few trickles of life and an ocean, as it would turn out. The characters having maybe rethought their goals or their alliances to the strange alien creatures back on Sarath have treated on some level, I guess, with some giants and also with a succubus who was trapped in this ocean, destined to become a slave of the alien masters if she's brought back to them. As we left the party, they were standing on Sedasar. The succubus, Lazapel, asking, where would you like me to teleport you? Because as was your agreement, she will teleport you wherever you like. So before we teleport anywhere, let's go through the characters here, and we'll try I missed something. If somebody wants to add something and intro the characters, and we'll go from there. So Crystal, go ahead, tell us about your character.
I play Rowan Siege. She is a pyromancer. She has a fiery attitude and a short temper, and that's Rowan Siege.
Yeah, that makes sense. How about Rush? Rush, tell us about your character.
So I'm playing Revna Kabaldheim, the Viking Legerdemainist, thief and magic user type, who is finally starting to get a little bit excited that we may be making some actual headway on getting away from this accursed tower, these accursed beings, and back where she feels like they belong. And so that is Revna.
Excellent. Nikki, tell us about your character.
I play Panesta. Panesta is a bard, and she, after everything that's happened with going to the other planet and then coming back and then going back to the other planet, this time without a way to get back, she's decided that she's ready to leave this place, and she's hoping that the rest of the group will agree that they just go back to Khromarium at least, or at least to where the sea wolf was expecting them to bring Grunhild, because this place is not safe, and these people are not trustworthy at all. So that's Panesta.
Indeed. And back at the tower is Yang's character. So Yang, just a little fill in on what happened last time is Ali was wanting to investigate that room, if you remember what the book you had mentioned. So we kind of put you up there. And while you were there, the rest of the party has left on a bit of a quest. So Ali is currently still at the tower, unaware that the party has. I mean, you haven't been gone that long, so you at the most you're probably still got your nose in the books, I guess. But tell us about Ali and what's going on with them.
Ali is an Ixian wizard. He's well versed in witchcraft and wizardry, and he's been associated with the party for about 3 years now. And since he found that great library full of arcane magic and knowledge, he sought to exploit it as much as possible by learning everything that he could from that library, from all the gathered knowledge there. And he was quite excited to see all these suits that people could wear to travel out into these different places. And he's particularly fascinated about that 40-foot metallic giant that's operating those black orbs up there. And he's completely unaware of how much time he spent within. He was hoping that he would get back down to where the rest of the party is, so that he could resume the adventure. And he was actually excited to tell him about all the things that he's found out while he was studying there. I don't know what he's found out while he was up there, but yeah, I guess we'll find out while we're playing.
Yeah, exactly. We can kind of figure out what you want, depending on what happens to you now. I suppose we can figure that out. There's a lot of information up there. Obviously, many books. you know in learning and the various spells and stuff. So what at the very least, whatever spell you might want to add to your book, we can definitely add a spell to your book at a faster pace if you stay here. Although you've only been here a day, so it's not fast enough to learn a full spell. But anyways, just to kind of out of game, just to give you a summary, effectively and players can jump in and tell me if I'm not remembering something correctly. The masters in the tower asked the players to go to a far off planet and collect the ocean. The players went there, and within the ocean itself was a being. The being was released from the ocean. The players the characters took the ocean back to the masters, who were upset because it was in fact the being in the ocean that they wanted to replace the slave that you had killed as your part of your initiation to be part of this kind of group. After almost being kicked out of the tower, somehow there was some conversation, and the party was sent back to the planet where the ocean was, with the ocean still in tow, and not really given a way to get home. There was then a bit of intercourse, for lack of a better word, with some giants, as in communication, with giants, which then involved the slaying of a purple worm. And currently, the party is now talking with Lazapol, who is effectively a succubus. She's a demon, but she does have the ability to teleport without error and can bring the party wherever they like. Revna has opened her mind to the succubus to imagine the exact place where she'd like to be teleported to. So there was kind of a little bit out of game discussion to see like where Revna would like to be teleported to. The knowledge is that if they teleport back to the tower, which is where Ali is, the succubus will almost certainly be taken as a slave for all eternity. And they could go anywhere. So I guess, yeah. Where does Revna want to send everybody, Rush? You've had a week to think of it, I guess.
I completely forgot that was me.
Yes, that's you. It's all on you, brother.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
So,
also, I'll give you 2 more minutes to think about it. As I also mentioned, because I forgot, there are 2 more people with the party. There is a Viking warrior, which kind of started off this entire adventure. The party was sent to rescue her. A youngish girl that was being trained by the party was kidnapped when she went back home. They went to rescue her, but garbing magical armor and spear, she became more of a Valkyrie type fighter. And while she might be the reason why they're currently in this predicament, it's really hard to say. And there's also an Amazonian cleric named Helene who has been traveling with the party. Okay, sorry, back to you, Rush. Almost forgot about them.
So I don't recall that we really discussed it much. So real quick, where does everybody want to go? Do we want to go back to the tower, or do we just want to zip right on back to Khromarium? I remember that if we zip right on back to Khromarium, we basically leave Young's character behind.
Yes.
But we know,
Huh?
but we know someone who can help us to get, as much as I don't like it, we know someone who can help us get him back.
Brain Man?
No, not Blob Wizard.
Oh,
Vol.
all right. Well,
We can get him back, is what I'm saying. We're not gonna.
so everybody needs to vote Khromarium or Tower.
I
Khromarium.
actually vote back to Helene's father so that we can get that contract wrap up.
Oh, yeah, drop her back off.
Grinhild's father.
Grinhild's father?
Yeah.
The only thing is he is currently on a boat, and you have no idea where he is because you don't have Young's character with you. You got to teleport somewhere you know. I mean, if you go back, so the answer to that, the closest thing to that would be Khromarium, because then you could get your boat, and you could then reach out. Because you don't know exactly where he is. But yes, if you want to do that, that would be the process, because you don't know where he is, because remember that the crow, Ali's familiar, has sent the group off, and it's traveling on a boat, so you really have no way of...
Okay. Well, then I guess I would vote Khromarium, unless the succubus wants to be chance being captured and taken as a slave.
No, I'm assuming you're not telling her all this, and this is a conversation that kind of happened up to the side.
Yeah, you're right,
There was a close, yeah, because of course she does not want to be taken.
Yeah. What was your vote there, Panesta?
Khromarium.
Well, it looks like no matter what I want, it's 2 against 1. So we're going to Khromarium.
Well,
No,
Yep.
no, trust me. It's cool because that was pretty much where Revna was leaning toward anyway. But
okay.
now with you two both saying Khromarium, it's like, well, that takes all this pressure off me. We're going to Khromarium.
Yeah, see, the only vote that went back to the tower is actually Gunhild, who would like to go back to the tower and kill those 2 aliens. But
Yeah, well, you know what?
She's outvoted.
Yeah, I'm thinking she doesn't get a vote this time. And I'll
Well, she
tell
has a
her
vote. It
right
just
to her
wasn't very
face.
effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got a vote. It just doesn't count. All right, so
Yeah, she's
So,
like, I vote
yeah.
the noted. No.
yeah, so
Sorry.
the you reach into the succubus reaches into your brain, and you can you focus on a familiar place so that she can see it within her brain, and you're back in one of your warehouses for the shipping business in Khromarium. You teleport there. It's cold and dark, of course, like all of Hyperborea currently. Succubus looks around Lascelles, and she says, I appreciate you freeing me. And then winks out and teleports away.
Well,
So you're standing in one of your warehouses in Khromarium.
that just happened.
Yes, it did.
I really hope we don't come to regret that one.
Well, I'm pretty sure we were going to regret it if we went back to the tower. So,
Fair. And she's not a creepy old man, so
yeah.
Which is succubus.
Nope. And as far as I know, she doesn't know any of our names. So we're good. We're
Nope,
good.
there's only one demon that knows your name. Okay, so with that being said, back at the tower, Ali, you're reading through these books. Roll a d6 to see if you find anything interesting.
This is for Yang.
Yeah, Ali.
I've got 5.
5. Okay. Yeah. You're finding stuff. You think to yourself, like, normally it takes multiple weeks to like learn a spell. You feel like if you were here for just like a week, you could easily learn a spell because there's so much information. But it's just also kind of overwhelming. So you don't find anything really particular right now. It's just kind of a lot of stuff. You're like, oh, this over here, this over here. It's like being at a buffet and never getting quite a full meal. As you're kind of looking through, and eventually you get maybe tired and you go back down to the you're escorted down by the giant ape with the 4 arms and the huge brain pan down to the second level of the structure where you don't find the rest of the party, and they kind of leave you there unceremoniously. There are a bunch of unseen servants here though that bring food when you arrive.
Nice. He just goes, "Bring me more food, would you?" And then he just leans back.
Yeah, and they do. So yeah, you're chilling. Okay, so back in Khromarium, it is the evening. You've got Gunhild and Helene with you. You're in one of your warehouses. And strangely, this warehouse seems particularly empty, which, not that you've been keeping track of all this because the business pretty much runs itself now, but that does seem odd for there to be nothing in this warehouse right now. No people, no freight, no nothing.
Uh-huh.
I hope this isn't a portent of something absolutely awful. Says Podesta.
well, it is during the dark months, so it could just be, less freight going in and out.
Yeah.
I could always go and speak with the Lord, what would you even call the guy?
Well, like a foreman or like a
Yeah.
quartermaster or something.
go speak with him and find out is there any problem with the warehouse being empty, or are we just, is business just that good, or is business just that bad, or? So.
Yeah, let's go see if we can find somebody. Would we know how to get a message to Vol? I mean, I do owe him a favor.
Yeah, you know where he lives.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean he lives in Khromarium. I mean he's off in one of the older sections that was Hyperborean, that was not kind of part of the center of the city. One of the older sections. He's like rebuilt a manse out there.
That's right.
It's kind of strangely tall and weirdly shaped, with lots of mirrors and things on the side, and like 17 chimneys. He's a wizard.
Yeah. Well, we'll go. Like I said, we'll go to find somebody, and then we should probably, when we get like rested up, we should go, because I know we're probably hurt. I think still, right? Yes, I am. So.
Yeah, you did get into a fight with the purple worm. Yeah, so you pull open the door to the warehouse that leads out to the docks, and you look out there, and you see that you do see some people scattered around out there. But normally, even during these months of the year, the docks would have dozens of boats being loaded and unloaded and stuff, and you see almost no boats. You see your boat, your main boat, which had the song spear, the one that the junk basically that you stole from the pirates, that you use as your main kind of adventuring boat. But you don't see any like freight coming in and out, like the people that are work the docks and stuff are just kind of hanging out.
Okay. I'll go talk to them.
Okay. Yeah, you head down and you find one of the kind of the dock foremen that you've dealt with before, that handles the freight coming in and out. And he looks at you and he says, Podesta, I was wondering when you'd be back. They're looking for you. The moneylenders.
Oh, they are? Why? What happened?
Oh, I'm not sure. We don't deal with this kind of stuff. We work, we get paid. We don't worry about the bigger picture like that. But they were trying to get onto your boat and look at it. But of course, that's not allowed in these areas, and we let them know that.
Speaking of work and getting paid, doesn't seem to be a lot of work getting done. Is there an issue, or is just freight not moving for anyone, or what's the story?
There hasn't been a single ship in the last week or so, which is very unusual. All three of your boats that you were supposed to have in did not arrive. From Lemuria, from the Gal Hills, and one from Xambaala. All three boats, none arrived.
Well, that's less than ideal.
And other people's
There are
boats aren't
rumors
arriving either?
that no other boats have arrived. There's rumors of great sea monsters destroying boats, especially to the south and up near Xambaala and the Gal Hills.
Oh.
Revenant just sighs.
Okay. Well, I can't do anything about that this second. So carry on. I'm going to go talk to,
Well, you have like your office. I would imagine that you would have like your people that do. This guy's just like a dock guy. He's not like one of your guys, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like you have like an office that manages your warehouse. He's just the guy. Like, when stuff comes in the dock, that's like a third party that handles the loading and unloading. Unions and all that.
Teamsters. Okay.
Teamsters.
I'm going to. Yes, right.
Exactly.
Nice. Bruce,
we're gonna have to do a Coriolis crossover.
Okay. Then I guess the first thing I want to do, I don't know. Of course, Rowan, Teach, and Revna don't have to come. I want to go see why they were looking at the boat. I want to go talk to the moneylenders, and then I need to go to Vol because we need to get Ali.
One Teach isn't going to let you go alone.
Yeah, that's kind of where my brain was. I'm like, if moneylenders are trying to get all up on the boat, I don't think anybody needs to be going around by themselves much. And Plus, I'm
Okay.
also interested.
Well, of course, guys are more than welcome. I just didn't want you to think you had to come, but thank you.
Oh, no. We would not think of any other. No way. No way, sister.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, yeah. So you're going to go to the money lenders, where the training. So effectively, when you're running these businesses, just a quick overview of how Hyperborea works, because we don't really usually get into this, but all this freight that you're carrying on the ships is effectively loaned to you, as you go out, and then you exchange it for other freight. So in other words, when you send off a bunch of freight that you bought, like you get new freight back, and then you sell it at a profit, right? So effectively, every time you do this, you are taking loans on the stuff every time you do it. So that's who these money lenders are, just so that it wasn't like some random person you borrowed money from.
Okay.
Just that's clear. I mean, because we don't usually handle this part of it. It just kind of happens in the background. But
In the
of
real
course,
world, they would call that a factoring company.
right. So a factoring company, right?
Yeah.
So all right. So they you head down there and to the offices, and the who. Well, I didn't write down a name, so give me a name of the guy that you deal with. They're a woman, I guess it could be either. They're humans, of course.
Logan.
Oh, Logan. Okay. Oh man, Logan's tough. She's a tough one. All right, so you show up and Logan's there, in their office, and they say, Podesta, we've had a good business relationship for the last several years, so I've been trying to reach you. I wouldn't move so quickly, except for that the freight is over a week late, and we need payment.
Oh.
Yes, you are. She looks down. She flips through the paper. She's like, 25,000 gold pieces is due us, and your freight hasn't arrived. So we were looking at possibly your boat as collateral until that point, but I don't think that it's worth that, unfortunately.
No, and it's not on the table anyway. Just so you know that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what we got. I might be able to help you with that. I might have something here.
Revna raises her hand too and is like, you do realize that no one's freight has come in.
Yes. Business has been tough. There's rumors of giant sea creatures, tentacled beasts pulling ships down into the ocean.
Yeah.
Oh, this doesn't bode well for business.
It doesn't, but it may mean that you might have to wait this one out a little bit longer before any rash and unfortunate decisions get made.
Well, exactly. We would not make any kind of rash decisions. That's why we need the money now. We're not cutting you off. You'll get no black mark in my book. You've always been good for the business. There's not too many shipping companies that deal with Lemuria. It's so far away.
Yeah. I guess the point I'm making is that we have always been good for business, and I think that we've been good enough for business that might earn us just a wee bit of leeway while we wait for the freight to come in, which is not really something that's currently within our control.
Oh,
don't you think?
Go ahead.
Well,
and then I just
I can 100% sympathize with you, Revna. Business is business.
I have something I could perhaps offer for you to hold on to.
Oh.
On that really old pre-Green Death diadem, I have that. I don't remember how much it was worth. I know it's not 25,000 gold, but it's a start. I got that when we were finding Grunhild, so I don't think we just had a chance to get rid of it. So.
Oh, right, that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She says, "Oh, excellent. That's perfect. Like I said, you're good customers. We weren't planning on taking your boat. We just wanted to see where we were at. It's always good to know when negotiations here. You will definitely extend you another week. No problem." And
okay.
she She kind of raises her hand up, and somebody comes by, and they have like a box, and they have you put the thing in it, and they sign a little piece on it.
Yeah, like maybe a week or two, just in case.
She just doesn't even look at you. She still looks at Panesta, and she says, "So, no problem. We'll see you in a week, and we'll get you this back, and we'll take care of the funds. I'm sure that these sea creatures, they're myth, legend. Well, you've been around. Have you ever seen a creature in the sea with tentacles that could pull a boat down?"
Yes, I have actually.
Oh, she kind of swallows hard. Well,
So-
let's hope that this time it's a rumor.
Yeah.
I hope so, but we can go look. We'll check
Actu-
it out. Oh, sorry. go
We've
ahead.
actually killed creatures that were of similar ferocity. And I just kind of keep looking at Logan for a moment.
She smiles at you and does that nod thing that you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she says, well, it's good to see you. And I'm glad that you're safe. We were worried, when somebody leaves a big piece of valuable merchandise in the docks and then, seems to leave town with debts. That's not usually a good sign. But I don't believe rumors around the well as it would be.
Well, we'll make this right for
Of course.
everybody. We want shipping to Khromarium. Without any boats in Khromarium, that's unheard of. I mean, that's what we are as a port. I mean, so
Yes.
yeah, we'll figure something out. No worries.
Of course. No problem. Then she kind of like looks down at her stuff, and then she looks up to see if you're still there.
Yeah, let's go see Vol now, because yeah, we've done what we can do here.
Okay, yeah, you leave. Helene's gonna break off and go to her temple because she doesn't live with you, obviously, and doesn't have anything to do with this business. Gunhild has
Okay.
nowhere to go unless you want her to take Gunhild away.
Nope.
It's up to you if you want Gunhild to come or not.
No, I'm
I
just
mean,
going
Gunhild will be fine to go back to. Sorry, Gunhild would be fine to go back to her home, but she'll need to be brought there in a boat. And obviously, or you're pretty sure, anyways, that her father is not there. So, and he is going to give you, I think it's 5,000 gold pieces. So at least that's some money right there.
Yeah.
I would actually recommend to Grunhild that maybe she wait a little while before she travels back to her dad if these sea creatures are indeed an actual thing that's going on. And then I would look at Panesta and kind of cut eyes back at the building where we just left with the freight lady, and I'm going to be like, she's going to end up dead in an alley one day with that kind of attitude.
Well, at least we still have our boat, and we'll do our best. If they won't help us out further, then we can decide what actions to take. But for now, we need to get Ali back because he's probably wondering if we're dead. So
Is Ali thinking at all about the rest of the group as you look through your scrolls and stuff?
He's eating grapes. He's like, these are delicious. What a wonderful downtime. I hope.
Yeah, he's actually going to be pissed when he gets brought back. He's like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh yes, black tentacles. That was it. That is the name of the spell that I must research.
right.
And then he gets up there to the library. It's like, this is like a buffet. So fantastic. And he's just relishing all
Okay,
that
yeah.
knowledge.
Yeah, you could definitely you buzz the. Remember there was like a button under the desk that the previous guy pressed to call the masters, and when you do that, that big ape comes down. His name is Horus, if that hasn't been established already, and he's got a really huge head and forearms.
Yeah, he asks him. By the way, Horace, that was your name, was it?
Yes. Horus Boris.
Yes,
The
Horace. Do you know where the rest of my friends are? I haven't seen them for a little while. I lost the track of time while I was studying up there in the library.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they're dead.
What do you
And
mean?
then you get disintegrated, then reintegrated on the next one. Oh, they went off to to recover the ocean, and they're not the first who've been sent. Let's just say that.
Well, tell me, how many have been sent to fetch the ocean?
4 times somebody's been sent.
You mean 4 parties, not 4 people?
Well, there weren't always parties. There was the party of 8. There was the lone Cyclops. There was that man who claimed to be from the future. And then the 6 doppelgangers. Or they were sextuplets. It's hard to say. They all looked exactly the same, though one of them was right-handed.
That is very interesting. How long ago did they depart? Well, my friends and these other folks.
Oh, your friends? How long have you been here?
I'd say about a few days, perhaps.
When you came and you were looking at those powders and vials, that's when they went.
Oh, well, it's been a few days then already.
Yes.
And you feel that they won't be coming back because you
Well,
had seen all these people wander off to that place. Is that right?
that is correct. Many have said they were going to collect the ocean, but never have anybody returned. And as you can see, there is no ocean here. Not even a pond or a lake or a puddle.
I see. Well, I mean, tell me before I get off this portal and head over to the library proper. Why is it that our hosts don't go there by themselves? They seem more than capable of handling a bit of trouble here and there.
Oh, they have terrible dust allergies.
Yes,
That's why they never go outside. Did you notice how pale they were?
yes. I did see.
Says the poorly played ape.
Yes. And he says, I like your fur. It's
Thank
very
you.
brilliant and it's well kept. Thank you then. I'm going to go ahead and continue to research Black Tentacle. And he continues.
Okay, yeah. He puts on his glasses and kind of puts them down his nose a little bit, and then he says, just ring when you are, remember, only go to the second floor when you are ready. And then he goes back, steps back and disappears. He leaves you up there.
Yeah, Ali
books.
speaks to himself. Like, I wonder if I'm going to be required to find my friends over there. I hope they don't send me all by myself. And he tackles the books again.
Excellent. All right, so back in Khromarium, you guys are going to go to the Manse of Wool.
I don't think we have a choice.
While we're going, Rowan's just gonna bring up these sea creatures, and she's gonna say, "Do you think that this has anything to do with Kraken?"
Yes, I do. I personally do. Do you?
I mean, it would be more than a coincidence.
Yeah, I think it does. I think Kraken is probably, if his energy or his or her or their energy is leaking through, it's causing the sea creatures of this world to become restless.
Well, let's hope we can get this under control soon then.
Yes. Maybe Ali will have an idea.
I said more than enough time to research.
He's Sally. He's like having a like a hot fudge sundae. So Gunhild says, she says, "Oh, you think that Kraken's coming? So clearly, the bringing of a terrible beast that killed my family into this realm is not stopping Kraken." Then she side eyes Repna.
We'll figure this out. But first we have to get our friend back.
Yes, for sure. Never leave a witch behind, or a wizard, as the case may be.
And just this guy we're going to see, Grunhild, he's a little bit eccentric is I think a good way to put it. So just don't really say much to him because he's a little weird. I don't think he's evil, but he's eccentric. Yeah.
As you say that, you're kind of like you're heading out of the main part of Hyperborea, and you can kind of see that there's what is effectively nothing like Xambaala, but the outskirts of Khromarium is a lot of old structures that weren't rebuilt, and they're like smaller. And there's let's say the seedier part of town is out here, where thieves dwell and those who do the Black Lotus and things like that. But then, out like a quarter of a mile out, you see this tower that seems to be built by almost like strange forces have brought together these various types of materials and created this weirdly shaped tower. And there's mirrors all over it. And you kind of squint and you look, because it's dark, of course, and you can see sitting cross-legged, wearing just a loincloth, even though it's quite cold out, and floating about 10 feet above the tower is a man. There's a strange green glow about him.
Yep.
It's pretty subtle, but being that it's dark and all that.
That would be him, I say to everybody, because I don't know if you guys know Vool.
I don't recall if he was pre-Revna or not.
Oh yeah, he's way back in there was a second adventure.
Oh yeah.
I think it was Ultan who knew him.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
boy.
you're right, whole time. Yes, Crystal went through several characters in that adventure, so.
Yes, unfortunately. I see him and I just I look at Rowan, Zeech, and Revna, and I say Grinhild, and I say, maybe Rowan, Zeech, you want to come up, because you said he's floating above the.
He's effectively levitating about 10 feet above this tower that's about 150 feet tall.
Okay.
So he's up in the air. Yeah.
I say, Rowan, Zeech, you want to come on the flying carpet?
Yeah, let's go.
I can only take two. I can only take one other person, or I'd take us all. If that's okay with you, Revna.
Oh yeah. No, I'm
Okay.
I'm quite fine.
So you're just gonna fly up there. So it's like I said, it's about it's 30 blocks away or something, like a quarter of a mile away. Get closer to the tower, then fly. You're just gonna fly there from where you're at.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I would get closer to the tower, and then when we get there, I'd be like, let's get up there and go say hi. Yeah.
All right, so the whole group is walking up together. Okay, so Crystal, roll a d6
Oh no.
to see if you are accosted by any
Oh no.
Okay.
lotus smoking.
4.
Okay, yeah. I mean, either the fact that you're heavily armored, or perhaps they just don't need the cash, or the problem. You see several of these lotus smoking people kind of off to the side. They kind of look up when you're there, and they snarl and look like kind of sizing you up, but none of them make any approach as if to harass you as you approach the tower. And when you get there, you get close to it. You're maybe a block away or something, so you can still see the top of it. And he's still floating up there. Loincloth is kind of flapping in the wind. Fortunately, because of the angle of the tower, you can't see underneath it, but you're pretty sure that you wouldn't want to be directly below that. He's almost unearthly skinny old man. Sitting in kind of a cross-legged.
Okay, we'll approach from the side a little bit. Yeah, we don't want to be directly underneath.
Okay.
And if he's glowing green, that means he's been messing around with the diamonds, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's pretty subtle. Like it's like you notice it, of course, pretty bright looking for it, and if you mention it, other people know. So it's very subtle. It's not like he's like ooh, like Green Lantern.
Before we get there, I'll look at Rowan Zeech and I'll say, he is a fairly powerful magic user, so just be wary. Okay.
I have my spells prepared just in case we need them.
Okay, thank you. And I'll kind of fly up just a little way. I'll stay, within the yelling distance, so that I don't spook him into some sort of, premature magic. So I'll just say, Vol.
Yeah, as you kind of fly up higher, closer on level with him, you can see that he is in fact garbed only in a loincloth. but shoved into it is a familiar wand that you've seen before.
Yeah.
So yeah, and his eyes are closed, but you can actually see kind of a glow, like a green glow, kind of coming through his closed eyelids. When he opens his eyes, they're very green. Not like he's shooting lasers out of them, but they're so bright, almost like they're producing their own light. And he looks, and he says, "Oh, Panesta." He looks
Yes.
around. He says, "Good of you to visit. It's been so long. I thought there was something left between us. I can't remember what it was. Could I get you something? Come in, please." And he kind of just raises his arms up. He like stands up effectively, and you just see him drop. There's literally a hole in the top of the tower, and he just goes through it.
Oh, well, but okay. I need to get Revna and
Yeah. So at the bottom of the tower, like 5 seconds after that, the door opens, and Revna, and you see a man. He's dressed in a loincloth with a wand shoved inside of it. And he's kind of putting like a cloak over his shoulders as he opens the door, and he says, kind of squints at you for a second. He's like, "Panesta." He kind of looks up, "Panesta," and he raises his hand up.
Yeah, I'll go down.
I point at him and I say, "Is that a wand in your loincloth, or are you just happy to see us?"
He smiles. He says, "Oh, this is an old relic from past adventures. Good times we've had, Panesta. Good times."
Yes, I remember them
We
fondly.
crossed the deserts. Evil hermits attacking. Apes possessed by magical energies. And great treasures abound.
Yeah.
You know, your old adventures don't sound too much different from your new adventures.
No, it's true. I seem to have a type
Come
for
in.
adventures.
And then he just like doesn't wait for you to respond. He just like leaves the door open, turns around, and walks in.
Yeah, we'll go. I look, I say, see, eccentric, but not immediately dangerous. So
Yeah,
we'll
you
go
come
in.
in the place, and you can see that it's actually lit. There's like a short hallway that then opens up into a round room. There's lots of like candles, like in various places, like way too many candles for it to be safe for them to all be lit, and they're all, of course, lit. And they've got like flickering green flames. You kind of look up, and you can see there's literally like a chimney that just goes straight up to the top, like you just went straight down above, and you don't see any stairs. Like it looks like, it's almost like you'd have to go up the tube to go to a different floor. But in this room, there's like a side table, and on it is, a decanter, a beautiful crystal decanter of this kind of carved crystal glass, green crystal glass, and it's full of some kind of, alcohol probably. And he pulls some cups out, he pours. And he says, how can I help you? Or did you just come to visit? Do you need a place to stay? I heard your business was quite prosperous.
Oh, I appreciate the offer, but we don't need a place to stay. We do have places here in the city. No, I'm afraid it is help of a magical kind that I'm looking for.
Oh, I definitely can help you with that. I fancy myself a bit of a finger wiggler.
Well, do you have any kind of or any way to teleport somewhere far away and bring somebody back?
Teleportation. Oh, yes, of course. Very, very powerful magic. Can be tricky. Heard of people, appearing within stone walls and such. Where are you familiar with this area?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that makes it a lot more safe.
I mean, sort of.
Sort of familiar. Well, that makes it a little bit less safe.
Well, it's a place called Sathar. Not Sathar.
Sarath?
That's Sarath. Sethar's
Oh
really
no, the
different.
Sathar are quite evil beasts from the sky, very snake-like, and yes, evil beast Sathars, but cute, strangely cute.
Oh, yes, Sarath.
Oh yes, Sarath. Well, I have actually been to the pillar, the obelisk, of course. You know, as all wizards must do at some point in their life, visit the obelisk at the end of Sarath. And as I said, I fancy myself a bit of a wizard.
Oh, you've met the masters?
Oh no, I don't believe in that kind of thing. Every man should be free, and woman.
Of course, yeah. You've never met Atlas or Astasia?
No, I do not believe so.
Well, that's where we need to go. On the edge of the Black Gulf, there's a tower in Sarath, and that's where our friend is. We need to get him back.
I see. Well, if you are familiar with the area, you can see. He looks at Von Siege. You dabble in the black arts?
Of a sorts.
Hmm.
And
Well, good.
and she will produce candle.
Oh, is it green?
It is. No, it is just a flamey, candly looking light.
He looks at it. He says, "Oh, you know, if you could master that and get a little bit of green tint to it, it would be very nice. There's something about green that is it's the color of the earth, of spring, of rebirth." And he hands, if you want, he hands one of the glasses that he's been pouring this while we're talking to Panesta, and then he sips the one that he has in his other hand. Yes, so we could definitely help you with this. Teleportation is a tricky business, of course.
Of course.
What
could we do for you in payment for this kindness?
What's the max? Just out of game. What's the maximum spell level that you can cast, Crystal?
4th level.
Ooh, okay. He says, "Well, I don't. I have most of what I need in life. I'm just one to help people that are in need, because I always know that someday I may need some help. But as it turns out, I actually do need something. There is a man, a eunuch, so a man, named Dill. Are you familiar with him? He's a soprano. Or an alto. One of those ones, the high one.
The soprano?
Yes, that's it.
Dill, the soprano?
Yes, he sings at the high notes. Ooh, like that.
Yes, that was a great demonstration.
Well, then you know that his brother, Ben, is a great artist, and he has been painting something that I would like to see. He would bring it back here if Dill were to ask him, but Dill, is not he's not the fighting type. He's more the singing type. So if indeed you could escort him to retrieve his brother in this painting that I would like to see, that would be a great favor to me. You're not obligated, of course. I am not one to be able to do teleportation myself, but I do have a scroll.
Okay. So Dill has a brother who's painting something that you'd like to see.
Yes, I can tell you more about it once you've done your thing. You come back when you are ready. No rush. Although we will need to see this painting probably in 2 days or 3 days, maybe a week at the most. It could be important. Have you noticed that the stars are slightly less bright?
Well, we've heard the stories of the attacks at sea.
Yes, I believe there is something going on here. And it's not the good kind of going on, if you know what I mean.
I really hope not, actually. Okay, we'll get our friend back, and then we'll come back, and then at least I will come back. I will not lock my friends into a deal, but to see if I can get this painting for you. And I look at the others to see if they're in agreement.
Princess will nod as she plays with her flame fire.
Revna, is this okay?
Is Rush just perfectly still, or is he frozen? Oh, there we go. He's moving.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay. You were so still. I was like, hold on, is he frozen?
It's like the movie Drax, where he's like, I've practiced the art of remain still so that I cannot be seen with the naked eye. um, is this as far as being locked into a deal? Is that?
Yeah, I'm asking if it's okay to make this deal with this.
Oh,
crazy-
yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, it's as far as Revna is concerned, it's like, if it's what the majority of the group feels, then Pinesta is very much a go along with it, unless it's something that's like glaringly in the face. Then she'll be like, no. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Then I'll say to Wolf.
You want to
It's a
come
deal.
back too, right?
What? Oh, yes. I don't want to go over there and then get stuck. Yeah.
I see. So you need 2 ways of teleportation.
Mm. Yeah, because I don't think Ali knows how.
Yeah, no problem. You can just own me. And he smiles.
Oh.
There's like that glint on his tooth when he smiles, but it's like green.
The old favor for a favor thing.
Yeah. Well, Panessa smiles back and says, "You're too kind."
He nods. He nods, and then he floats straight up through the hole in the ceiling. And you're left in the room with a bunch of cups of, like, if you tasted it or smelt it, you probably it tastes. It's like a strong whiskey that are poured for everybody. Gunhild drinks hers because she's a Viking and she don't care. She, it's one of those whiskeys that you're supposed to sip and really enjoy it, and she's basically young and a Viking, and she just is like, oh. So it's completely inappropriate, and then she just sits down. And a couple minutes go by. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, I look at her with my glass and I say, one day, Viking or no Viking, you'll learn to savor. And then I'll just kind of pat her on the shoulder and look at the others, and I say, so he just left.
Yeah, he does that kind of thing. But we have the scroll, so I think
He didn't give you the scroll.
Oh, he didn't?
Well, he only had a loincloth. Where did he keep it? Would you have taken a scroll from his loincloth?
Oh,
Maybe if I was wearing gloves.
I'm pretty sure he's tried to hand me worse. I will in our past.
Yeah. He's so
Oh
mad.
God. I guess I'll be like, all right, he's gone. Let's we need that scroll. Hopefully he's coming back. Or should you think I should follow him?
Well, he seemed like he would coming back, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he's
And-
gonna have to come back.
Rowanstich is going to hand the whiskey that she has to Grinhild and say, enjoy, and then pat her back.
She takes it and then she does like a little delicate sip. And then she just downs it and puts it down.
I look at Rowan Siege like, why are you encouraging her? I,
You said the alcohol came from a green glass.
Yeah,
right?
agree. Yeah, it's like a green crystal. Yep. Decanter.
Well, I certainly hope it's not made out of the green gems. I say as I will take a sip of the whiskey as well.
I mean, a little bit can't really hurt you. Okay. Okay. So okay, so a couple minutes go by, and he comes down with a little tiny pouch. And he kind of lands, comes back down. And he kind of walks over to Ron Seach and he holds it out. It's like a tiny little pouch.
Yeah, Rowanstich will extend her hand.
Okay. And he drops it in your hand. You feel it's heavy. He says, "This is a ring. I'll need it back." He kind of looks around. He looks like up through the hole. And he says, "You put it on. And when you turn the bag inside out, there's an activation word. There are 2 teleportations on this ring. But then I need it back."
Understood?
Okay. And then he says, he looks and he sees 2 of the glasses are empty, and that makes him smile. And then he picks up his and finishes it. He says, again, it's not a rush or anything, but I'll see you soon.
Yes, we just want to get our friend. And then
Of course. And then he floats back up through the hole.
Okay, let's go get Ali so we can be back. We can at least. Yeah.
Sounds good. And Rowanstich will take the ring and put it on.
Okay.
And turn the bag inside out to find the activation word.
Yep. You see it
And-
inside.
She will put the bag inside of her pocket or, backpack or whatever. And then she will speak the activation word while thinking of the tower. She's specifically going to think of the ring, the bottom of it, like where they go in at, where the secret door is and everything.
Okay, that makes sense. Good idea. That's some place that you studied pretty well. I'll say you're somewhat familiar with that. Let's see. All right, roll a d20. Don't roll too high. Or this could be bad.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Thanks for the curse.
Oh,
13.
okay, that's good. So you are somewhat familiar. 13 is success. So you're under the tower. You look up. You see the tower above you. Around is all that land with the weird cacti and everything. The wheel that you had adjusted before to line up the numbers is there. Of course, now you know it's there, so you see the vague outline of where that elevator drops down below you. Above you, rather, I should say.
Is my candlelight still active, or would I have had to put it out in order to do all
No, yeah,
that?
it's active. Yeah, you can do it. You can move it around, right? You could stick it on your head or something.
Yeah. While the others get the ring activated, Rowanstich is going to say, "Give me 1 second." She's going to look around for that earring where she dropped it earlier, see if she can find it.
Yep, you can. It's there.
Okay. Yep. She finds it and she puts that in her pocket as well.
Nice. Excellent. All right. Yeah, so you guys know how to activate this ring if you so desire. The wheel. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, we need to go in and get Ali as fast as we can. I really don't
Yeah,
want
unless
to.
you have some way to communicate with him from out here.
I don't think we do. If we did, we would have gotten him before we had her teleport us to Khromarium.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, something that would have worked at a closer, more local level. Not spells don't always work that far away. All right, yeah. So everybody's just gonna go back up.
I guess so.
Fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna roll this random chart to see where the masters are in the building. we know where Ali is, and we know where you're gonna show up when you show up, which is the first one. And there is actually a chart of where they are. So let's roll here. Actually, I'll have one of you guys roll. I just don't know what it is or where it is. I just have to find it. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong module. That's why. So many modules. D20. Whoever wants to roll it. Actually, John, go ahead and roll it because this matters for you. 3. Okay, cool. Okay. All right, you guys pop up onto the first level, and you know how to get past those traps, so we're not going to have to roleplay through all that. And you know that when that teleporter actually, you can teleport to any level, and you do know, in fact, that the level that Young's character Ali is likely on is 8, because you remember that from before. So did you want to go to 8, or do you know 2 is the reception area? So you know he's likely in one of those 2 areas, although you're not sure.
Okay.
So where would you like to go?
Well, we left him on floor 8, so I think it makes sense to go there.
I agree.
Okay. Yeah, you stand on the box, you press the button, and you are disintegrated, and then you are reintegrated back on floor 8, which is the library, and the huge automaton that's there, looking at you. He's an iron statue. He looks at you. He has a huge sword, and he says, "You are not authorized on this floor."
Yes, I am. I have a thing. I have the seal.
Show me.
And I will. I've got the letter. If it's still, God, it's probably not good.
Yeah, so you've been through a lot, but you still have it. Yes, you show him and of course, Ali, you see your party up here. This will happen really quickly. You show him the letter, and he goes, "Access granted." He puts his sword back down, and you see Ali there. He's tell us what's Ali doing. I guess nose deep in a book somehow, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he has a handful of cashews that he's munching on as he's flipping through the books, and his eyes widen as his friends enter, and he gets up and tells the automaton, "No, no, no, don't worry. These folks are with me. We're guests of the tower, don't you remember?" And he approaches Panesta and company, and he says, "So Panesta, Revna, and Roinsiege, I thought you folks wouldn't return. That's what I was told by the White Ape. The perils that he described in this place where you left to. I'm told that there are 3 more expeditions that was sent over there by these masters."
Rowan Seach is going to grab Ollie's hand and pull him onto the elevator and say, "We got to leave. No time to explain."
Just say the word. We're all together. Just say the word.
Yeah, let's go.
Say the word and
What's going on? But the scroll that I was copying, and he points over to the other.
Rowan Seach
the
hits
book.
button 1.
Okay. Yeah. You go back down to you disintegrate and then reintegrate, and you're on the first floor by the brass minotaurs.
yeah, let's
Right.
get out of here. Say the word. Let's just go. We're not.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Ollie.
right. Oh, I forgot all about that. And Revan and Rowan Seach is going to say the word again. My bad.
Okay. Where are you teleporting to this time? Someplace familiar.
Let's just teleport back to the warehouse because
Okay,
that
yeah.
is a very familiar place.
All right. Roll another d20. Whoever wants to roll it this time.
I'll go ahead and roll it since I'm doing the thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
10.
10. Okay. Perfect. Yep. Easy. Very familiar. Yep, shoof, you're back in the warehouse, the empty warehouse, with everybody together.
What just happened? Did we teleport back to? Where is this?
We're in Khromarium.
But how? Why?
Teleportation.
Yes, I figured as much, but why? Were we not helping those masters of the tower?
Oh, not anymore. Let us tell you all about it, and we can do that. But yeah, we need to go someplace and rest, and then I need to go talk to Wolf. So that's my plan, just so everyone knows.
Rosenstich
see.
is gonna take the ring out and put it in that little pouch again. She's gonna pull the pouch in the way it was when she received it and put the ring in there.
Okay, nice.
Oh, we have to contact the Blackbeard.
Yes, you're right. We do.
We have to tell him that we're no longer at Sarath.
Right,
Either
what you
way.
can do, yeah.
Yeah, and he's gonna try to connect with Raven if he could.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
You hear
all
the
right, yeah,
old,
you could-
you hear the old AOL like buzzing noises. You try to
yeah,
connect.
All right, yeah. So you look into your Raven's eyes and you see that you're out at sea somewhere. You know, and you see Redbeard and his crew, and they're on the boat. You know, they're sailing basically. It's dark.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna ask his Raven to find Blackbeard.
Red Wolf. Oh no, what's his name? Blackbeard's a bad guy.
Oh yeah.
His name is
Seawolf.
Red.
Seawolf.
Seawolf. Yeah. Okay.
Seawolf.
We
Yeah.
got all the colors screwed up. They're all
Yeah.
one beard or another.
His
Yeah, okay, yeah, you see the
animistic
Seawolf. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, his animistic spirit. He's like,
Yeah.
Seawolf, not Blackbeard. Blackbeard's dead. Yeah. So
You're damn right he's dead. He turns, he sees the crow.
yeah, and Ali tries to communicate with him. This is Ali. Say it. Come on, Kasim. Say it. This is Ali. He says.
Are you
Back
drunk
at the-
again, Bird?
Say no. No. And Ali's like, we're back at the Khromarium. Say it
Okay.
slowly. I know you can do it. We're back at the Khromarium. The Raven tries to say it as best as he can.
I just rolled an 11 on a actual. Yeah, so you know, the Seawolf has been like drinking with the bird for the last week or so. This has all been going on. They've become close buddies. So he kind of shakes his head and he says, "I'll trust you, Bird, but you better not be wrong." And then he you look down through the crow's eyes at his plate, and he's eating a pigeon sandwich. And they turn the boat around. They're gonna head back. So the message has been sent.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Ali, he lets out a sigh of relief and says, I was able to communicate with Seawolf.
Wait, you gotta contact him again. You gotta tell him to look out for sea monsters.
What are you talking about?
No boats have been in Khromarium for about a week. There's rumors of sea monsters.
Oh, brother. Yeah, he closes his eyes and tries to see through the Raven's eyes once more, and says,
Yep.
Ali, and what's her daughter's name? Grunhild.
Good deal too.
Yeah, Grunhild. She says, sea monsters. Careful, sea monsters.
And all of a sudden, it's Grover. Yeah, well, you notice that through the crow's eyes, that's a raven rather, through the raven's eyes, it's a little bit blurry, and it kind of looks down, and you see there's like a bowl there with alcohol in it, and the bird is you suspect the bird might be a little drunk.
Oh no. He's like, oh no, Kasim's been drinking again.
Yeah, well, you're hanging out with Vikings.
I always tell him not to drink and fly, but boy.
Yeah. So yeah, the Seawolf says, see, we're ready for the sea monsters. Don't worry about that. And he like reaches over to like show his spear, and he like hits it, and it falls on the ground because he's so drunk.
Well, I hope everything's okay over there. I did warn them, but I don't think he's sober enough to understand the dangers out there.
Well, we did our best.
But
Yeah.
I can keep an eye on him whenever we need to. I could use clairvoyance magic to scry on them a few times a day.
Good. I also have a way to perhaps scry on them, though I don't really want to do it.
Sure, Rowan Siege. Of course. And he smiles.
Well,
friendly wizard competition here.
Right. Oh, you have
Well-
magic? I also have magic.
well, I'm sorry we had to pull you out so abruptly, Ali, but things got very, very weird and dangerous, and the masters were.
Were they lying to us, do you think?
I don't think they were lying, but in the way they were acting, it just I think that it was going to be just as much of a problem to help them as it was to not. They lie. They don't lie, but they don't tell us the whole truth.
Yeah,
And
there- that's the one right there. It's not so much that they were lying, it's that they were being very tight with details.
I understand that. I mean, that is given considering these folks are of great power and ancient knowledge. But I had hoped that they would at least honor our deal in
Yeah.
sending us back. But since we're back here, we have nothing to worry about then.
It's not like we were asking for secrets of space and time travel or anything like that. It was like, hey, what's on the other side that we're gonna have to fight? And they couldn't even tell us the truth about that. So it's like, okay.
Where did you go? I thought you'd be back very soon, considering that you were gone for a very short time. Was it 2, 3 days without me?
Funny you should ask.
Few days, it felt like only a few hours.
Was it? Well, do tell me what happened.
I'm not
Where
the
did you go?
smartest person, but I have this sinking suspicion we may have gone to another planet.
You mean across the Sea of Stars?
Yes,
well, yes.
the greatest of oceans.
And you left me in the library?
We didn't have a choice.
Ugh.
It was like, go now or nothing. See, this Ali is exactly what we're talking about with these people. They're like, oh, you gotta go.
Well, I thank you for saving me or rescuing me from all those great knowledge, treasures of books and ancient lore. Boy, I do wish to return back there.
Well, the masters were going to kill us. I think they were or throw us out of the tower because we didn't want to give them. They wanted to enslave a sentient being, like they had Fendarius.
Yes, but he was a demon, wasn't he?
Yes, and so was she. But I did.
They had sent you to fetch them a demon?
Well, they told us we were going to get an ocean. So
They
yeah.
conveniently left out the part about the demon until after we were face to face with her.
I see.
And then they blamed us for not getting the demon.
Yes. So now you see what I'm talking about.
Well, my friends, perhaps I see this as a problem of miscommunication. Could it be that
Or no
they're-
communication.
Could it be that they were unaware that
No.
we could not understand beyond what they were saying?
No,
They fully understood. They just didn't care.
because when we got back and we explained to them what happened, they were like, you mean you got the ocean, but you didn't get the demon? So they knew she was there. They just didn't want to tell us because they didn't want us to say no. They wanted
Well-
to send us so we didn't have a choice. It was fetch the demon or die.
Well, I am glad to be out of their tower, because who knows? If you hadn't come and fetched me, they'll probably enslave me instead of that demon then.
It's very possible.
Or sent you on a suicide mission.
Yes,
Both
but
would have
I
been
am an
bad.
Ixian. I would have been a perfect replacement for the one that we slayed. Smooth.
Or you would have ended up in one of those ape cages.
But that doesn't solve any problem, though. What about those dark creatures without features on their face, with wings?
Well, I think you're right that that's still a problem, and I think we need to do something about that. And as they were saying, Rowan Seach was saying, there's been no boats. There's been attacks of tentacly monsters, and I think it has something to do with the Kraken coming through. I mean, we are thinking this, and I think actually the crazy old man, if this painting is what he says it is, he thinks it could be related to all of this.
Painting.
And since I owe him anyway, yes, I'm sorry. I had to, in order to get you back, we had to make a deal with an old wizard friend of mine.
Old wizard from Khromarium?
Yeah, Vol. Have you heard of Vol? He's got that big weird looking tower over there.
That's in the district where all the Black Lotus addicts
Yes.
hang out. Yes?
Yep.
He is a famous and well-regarded wizard.
Oh, is he?
He's a
Well,
little crazy, but well-regarded nevertheless, because his knowledge is great.
Well, we made a deal with him, and we need to return the ring, and I also need to figure out how to get a painting that he wants to see. And he said the painting might have something to do with the stars being wrong. And I can't help but think that all of this is connected.
I see. I would be happy to help in any capacity. As always, Panesta, Revna, and Rowan Seach. And any chance to meet with that crazy wizard, I would welcome it.
Okay, yeah, oh yeah, you're gonna meet him. So, but I think it's late now, right? Like, what time of day is it at this point? I don't even know.
Yeah, it's definitely nighttime. Yeah, you're definitely.
I think he can wait overnight because a lot of us are hurt after our fight, and if you guys don't mind, we can go. I'm assuming we have some sort of quarters here somewhere in Khromarium since we live here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Rest, and then tomorrow morning return the ring and see about what we can do about the Kraken. If everybody's okay with that.
Totally okay
Sounds
with
good
that.
to me.
Yes. And do you not have a standing reservation at a fine restaurant here in Khromarium, Panesta?
Oh, I'm sure I do. Being a bard and everything.
That feels
I
like
think
it feels like another crossover.
what's it called? Alchemars. Yeah, I think Alchemars.
Something like that, right?
I think
Yep.
for getting left behind in the tower and whatnot, I tell you what, Ali, I will even treat you to dinner.
Well, I got quite
Nice.
used to all those fine cuisine that they're serving me.
I can see where that would happen. They have fine
Yes.
cuisine here too.
All right, so we'll
Might not
meet
have
back
much
here.
fresh fruit with no boats coming in, but
Yes, but magic, boy, their magic is great. So shall we meet up back here tomorrow? It's been a long time since I went to my own quarters.
Or we can meet at the Wizard's Tower. Oh, well, we might all want to go together. It is kind of in a
CD
Yeah,
part
okay.
of town.
Mhm. Yep, we'll meet here.
Okay.
Good.
I'm assuming that Gunhild stays with you all because she had been before, so she's got quarters with you. And yeah, you guys can separate and go back home and rest up and
Yeah.
tend to your wounds and stuff like that. Because it's been a long, like 2 days, which for some reason for Ali feels like a lot longer. You think possibly the traveling through space took long. It only felt like it was minutes for you, but you think maybe it was longer than that you were gone. Okay, cool. So yeah, you guys are able to rest up back at your quarters. Gunhild at hers. You haven't heard from Helene. You know where she goes back and stays at the temple. You know, in the temple areas anyway. So whenever you are in need of her, she's around. But you know, she's not going to hang out with you. Did you want to take Gunhild with you when you go to see Vol and stuff today, or are you going to leave her back? What's your plan?
Before we go see Vold today, I would like to go to the market and buy something.
Sure.
It should be a common item. I'm going to buy some boric acid.
Okay.
Uh, and it's going to be a gift for Vol.
All right. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You go. I mean, you're a practitioner of the arts, so I'm sure you can find various alchemical and agents and such. So sure. Do you think he wants to kill some ants or something?
No,
I guess I'll find out.
when you burn it, it makes a bright green flame.
Oh, nice. Very
Yeah.
cool. Green flame. All right. So, yeah. So you guys all assemble back at the Avengers Mansion, or is it the Hall of Justice, or wherever you guys?
Yes. Back
In
at
the
the
morning.
Hall of Justice.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So Gunhild's there as well. You know, she was also hurt. I guess I should roll her then, but let me open up her character sheet. I'll roll her. But yeah, what's your plan?
We need to return Vol's ring, right? He said to bring it back,
He did say he needed it back. That is true.
and then he said he would tell me more about this painting he wants when we came back.
Yep. That's what he said.
So that's what Panesta wants to do.
Vol is always true to his word, just like all NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Did you want to take Gunhild with you? She's like whatever. I mean, she'll go if you want to keep her there. Otherwise, she'll stay back at the.
Well,
Resident.
she is a party member, so we should, I think.
All right, she'll come.
Peek.
She shrunk down her little spear thing, and she's got it like on her belt, and she's got her, chainmail and stuff. Yeah, she gets all done up because I guess you're planning on adventuring, right? So she'll get her gear together, and she joins you. And she comes down, and you guys head off into that area of town, the kind of the shady lotus smoking part of town. Somebody can roll a d6. Yang, I guess, because you've been out of play for a bit. Roll a d6 to see if you encounter any. Let's see if they're more bold today, those who inhale the lotus. Go ahead and roll a d6, Yang. See if we encounter any.
Hear me okay? You guys? Hello?
What's that? Yeah,
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you now. Are you able to roll? Could you roll a d6?
Yeah, I rolled 4.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. So once again, they're not, they're giving you a wide berth. These lotus smokers want an easy target. Maybe a few years ago, but nowadays you guys have a reputation. And yeah, you head towards the tower. You don't see him floating above it as you're approaching in the morning, but you do see a bit of like kind of a green light like shining out of the top. And you approach the bottom of the tower, and you see the door there, the same door that was there before. It's closed, of course.
Of course, but we'll knock.
Okay. Yeah. You knock on the door, and a minute goes by or whatever, and then you hear somebody on the other side, and they answer it, and there's Bull. He's once again he's got his loincloth. He's wearing the magic missile wand, which it's one magic missile. Well, you assume it is from the last time you encountered him. It looks the same. And he's got like a cloak over his shoulders. And he says, good morning. You look at you all and he says, you all made it back. And someone new. He looks at Ali.
Ali Vol Ali.
Vol, it is a great honor and pleasure to make your acquaintance. Ali Ahmed Sayed, Ixian wizard, if you will. I am a great admirer.
I have heard your name spoken in circles. Great things are expected of you. Ali.
I am
Hey.
glad. I am glad that it's not a. My reputation is not tarnished. I try to stay on the good side of good graces of the wizard community here. Yes.
I have heard that your dancing is quite ensorceling.
Yes, perhaps I shall show it to you another time.
I would love to see that.
Anyway, we have your ring.
And
Oh, yes, the ring.
We'll
Rowan
give him
keep-
the sack. And
Take
she'll
it back.
say, also, I got a small gift for you. And she will produce the boric acid, and if there's a candle nearby, she'll take a small pinch and throw it in the flame so it makes a vivid green flame. Poof.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, so he says, oh, that is a good trick there, young wizard.
She will hand him the boric acid.
He takes it. Then he kind of sets the little bag of it down on his table, and he says, this is excellent. I'm glad that you returned. I've missed you, Pernesta.
Oh yes, I've missed you too, Lowell. I'm assuming your green diamond research has been going well.
What do you know of that? What do you mean?
Just the diamonds that I helped you find years ago. I'm assuming you've been researching with them.
Don't worry about those. That's
Okay.
that's not enough of your concern. That's none of your concern.
Okay.
You see his
oh,
eyes get like greener.
Okay. I'm like, all right, okay, calm down. I'm not gonna touch. I won't touch your diamonds. But I do owe you a painting. Tell me more about.
Yes. Dill, the eunuch. He sings a soprano.
Oh, so he's actually a castrato then. That's what they're called.
Yes.
Oh, look at the bard.
That's right. No, I'll just say, where can we find him? Or his brother?
Yes. Well, he can lead you to his brother. You must head down to his boarding house where he's staying. You know, they don't pay eunuchs as much as they used to these days.
Oh, no, that is true.
Actually, they used to not pay them anything. They used to be slaves. But now they pay them, and it's not very much.
So he's just at one of the boarding houses?
Yes. He's at the boarding house, and if you tell him that I sent you, he'll be happy to lead you because he's been looking to see his brother. They haven't spoken in a while.
Well, I'm happy to reunite a family, but why can't we not go directly to his brother, Fen?
Well, no one knows where he is. Well, no one knows exactly where he is. He's kind of scratches his face. He's into the wilderness a little bit. You know how these artists are. Off into the wilderness.
Yes, that can certainly be a characteristic of artists.
Yes.
He's in the wilderness around Khromarium, or?
Oh, yes. Maybe a day's journey. As last I spoke with Dill, which was yesterday.
You
You know,
spoke
the
with
brothers
him
are there
yesterday?
connected. Yeah, the Dill I spoke with yesterday.
After or before you spoke to us?
No, but before, of course.
Okay.
How would I have known that you were coming? Do you believe that I can see the future? He smiles.
I would
believe-
interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would interrupt as he said when he says, "Do you believe I can see the future?" I said, "Well, you are powerful and can do a great many things, so I don't know that I would disbelieve that you couldn't see into the future." And then I give him a wink.
He smiles. He says, I like this one. Yes, well, I am not one to see the future, unfortunately, but Fen is. Fen sees visions in his sleep of the future and paints them, and has gone into the wilderness where the visions can more readily reach him. You know, past Lug Wastelands, towards Stonebrook, but the hills in that direction. Maybe maybe a day or so's travel, depending on your steeds.
Okay. Well, if you'll just tell us which boarding house is Dill.
Of course, of course. And I would like to see the painting.
Yeah, that's the point. We would go find Fen so that we could. Would you want to see Fen too, or
I need to see the painting.
just the painting? Okay.
Yes, he eats the lotus, you know, this one. He might be a little hard to...
Does Ali notice anything very strange about Vol?
His
the
eyes are bright green, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Almost glowing, yeah.
does he remember anything about, green hue or any gods or lore that's linked to
Oh, I would have
green
told you
light?
all about. I would have told you all about the green diamonds. I'm sure. Because when I
Right,
met Vol,
there-
when I
yeah,
met
sorry.
Vol before, I mean, when I met Vol before, I was leading him to get these green diamonds that give off this hue, and they are very like addictive in a way. Like they cause people to, or at least Vol was addicted to them, and so that's why when I asked him about them, he went a little crazy because he doesn't want anyone else to touch them, and they're supposed to be very powerful and can be used for all kinds of magical and like techno magical research.
Oh wow,
So
cool.
Sorry, Young, I forgot that.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
Right, and I think Yong himself wasn't even there. Forget about his character.
No,
That
he
was- that was
wasn't. No,
great.
yeah.
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 So sorry, but yeah, you would know. I would definitely have warned you guys that he's he's addicted to these. Yeah.
Yeah, don't touch his diamonds.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah. So you know those who suffer an addiction to a drug are very dangerous to be around. So be careful.
Oh yes, those with addiction can be quite unpredictable.
Yes, for sure. So yes, I would like to see the painting, the latest painting that he's done. For he had spoken of darkness from the sky, darkness blotting out the stars. Perhaps a coming of a change of time.
Oh,
Yes, he was an apprentice of mine for a bit.
oh. Why? Was he just not very good, and so he quit, or?
Oh no, he was very good.
Okay.
But he felt he needed to do a quest into the wilderness to fully embrace the visions that he's seeing.
Would he allow us to approach him, or do you think he would be?
Well, he will
Reluctant.
show the painting to his brother, I'm quite sure. And if you are the ones who have led the brother to safely to him, I'm sure he'll be happy to share it with you.
I see. Thank you.
Smells. Would you like me to bring you to the boarding house?
Yes, please.
Ah, okay. Let me just get some clothes. Then he turns around. He takes like a hat off a hat rack and he puts it on. Okay.
Aren't
ready.
you going to be cold?
Oh no. Mind over matter.
Okay.
You see
Okay.
Ali like writing down notes beside.
And he leads you out, into the streets. You walk through. You actually see that a lot of these people that were kind of eyeballing you, these Lotus people, they were definitely afraid of you, but they weren't going to mess with you. But like, as soon as they even see him coming, they like go inside buildings and stuff. As he's just kind of walking down the street, in his loincloth, barefoot, and with a cloak and a hat.
I'll ask him. Did Fen paint any other paintings for you that you have now? With any future predictions? As we're walking.
He painted the docks of Khromarium without a single boat.
Mm.
He raises his eyebrow.
So he painted docks.
Empty docks.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like the docks are right now.
Ali leans next to Revna and whispers, "You know, that's how usual artists paint. They paint in layers."
Yes, but there are those who sometimes can predict the future through their art without realizing that that's what they're doing.
Perhaps you're right, Revna.
I actually bring that up to Vol and I say, do you think that perhaps this painting of docks with no ships, given the fact that no ships have shown up, do you think that perhaps his art is reflecting a vision that some kind of vision that he has to be able to see the future, or are you thinking it's just a coincidence?
Oh, yes. I do.
The
He
first
turns and keeps
one.
walking. He turns and keeps walking.
Well, that was a non-answer.
Okay, yeah, no, then he keeps walking.
I leaned over and I said, I think he was talking about the first part, not the second one.
I think he probably expect us, if he could indeed, to the future.
Bull stops and he turns. He says, "Do you believe that you are that important?"
Well, considering that we're on our way to help out all the folks that are being gobbled up by the sea monsters, perhaps.
Oh,
I don't know that we're that important, but the town is certainly important.
And Panesta herself, she has slain gods.
huh. Okay, he turns and starts walking again. Eventually, you kind of walk down. You get in a more populated area, you know, where it's clearly people that aren't super wealthy, but you know they're boarding houses, but they're safe and you know actually have windows and stuff. And he leads you up to one. There's a small garden in front. It's mostly growing mosses and such now because, of course, it's only like 2 hours of daylight. And you walk up the cobblestones and he knocks on the door and old lady answers and she says, you know, he talks to her briefly and then she closes the door and then he turns back and he says, "He's coming." And then the door opens up and kind of a chubby, kind of common human comes out. He's got short cropped hair. He's, you know, he got a kind of a handsome face, but he's kind of a little on the chubby side. Definitely not a you know, in shape adventurer type. Dressed in decently fine clothes, considering it's in a poorer area. Appropriately heavy jacket on. And he comes out and he says, "Oh, Wool! I mind you, I was."
Oh,
You can
please,
imagine
keep
that.
trying.
Yeah. "Oh, Wool! Are these the adventurers who will come and that you predicted?" And he kind of like side eyes you. "Oh, yes. I did predict these adventurers would come." And he smiles at Ali. "And they are going to bring you to see your brother." "Oh, that's very good. Thanks, Bull." Yeah, he speaks with Hyros.
um, sorry. I was going to say, my sister will say, can you tell where your brother is now?
"Oh, I dreamt of him last night. He's in the wastelands by the Lug Wastelands, just north of where the hills are. You know, trying to avoid the beasts of the wasteland. He's creating art, you know, art that predicts the future."
take you there to see him.
There's the answer.
Yes, well, I told you that, Bull says.
Yes, of course.
It's just nice to have, confirmation. Not that we don't trust you. And I'll smile at Bull with all of my teeth.
Yeah,
We could
he smiles, he's-
depart. We could depart at any time, I believe.
Yep.
And he looks at the other members.
Excellent.
We'd have to rent horses or something though, right? 'Cause
Yeah, you probably don't keep horses around because you guys mostly live in the city and have a boat. So I'm guessing, but you could get steeds, borrow them or rent them or whatever. Yeah, you could do horses. Okay. Yeah, to go across the wasteland, that's probably the best way to do it. It's not so snowy right now, at this time of year, so you don't need the dog sleds or anything like that. Just check some. Okay, so Vul is going to leave. He says, "But you look at the painting and his latest painting and bring it to me so I can see it."
oh yes, that's why we're going.
Thank you, Pernesta. I knew I could count on you.
You're welcome.
We really
Thank-
should get together more often.
Yes, we probably should. You could show me your projects you're working on.
Oh, I have so many projects. And he turns and he starts to walk down the street. And once again, like people are just kind of backing up a little bit as he goes. It's his reputation precedes him. Dill, on the other hand, says, "Well, it's going to be at least a day's journey. Let me get some gear, my meager possessions." And he goes back inside. So you're kind of standing on the street for a minute or so.
Okay.
And then go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I didn't know if you want to have any interaction with nobody was around or not. I was giving you a sidebar.
Go the other side.
do I have any rumor? Have I heard any rumors about Vol and what he's been up to? His reputation, aside from what we've heard from Pernesta and our director.
Yeah, I mean, most people in Khromarium don't know anything about the green diamonds. They do know that several years back, it's probably at least 5 years ago, Vul, already being a pretty successful wizard, went on an expedition to the Diamond Desert and came back with quite a bit of money and valuable information, apparently, because after that he built this tower, and he's been quite influential in the wizard community as far as that's all concerned. So he's kind of a go-to for that. Eccentric, of course, like all powerful wizards. Rarely wears any clothes or shoes.
Was he
But
all
he's
that
super
naked?
but he's super protective about what he works on. So nobody's really 100% sure what he's doing in his tower all the time.
Yeah. Ali asks Pernesta, was he that naked in the past when you knew him?
Yes, very, very naked.
I see. Well, he certainly likes himself that much.
Well, at least he had an excuse, because the cave we were in got very hot very quickly. But here, I don't know. He must just like being naked now.
Yeah, I wonder if he feels the temperature. And Ali's looking like, he's like hugging himself because it's a little bit chilly.
Oh yeah, it's
I
definitely
don't-
chilly.
I don't know. I think the green diamonds actually gave off a little heat. I could be wrong, but I thought they were part of what was making it hot. But I could be wrong about that.
Yes.
Maybe he just absorbed so much radiation that he now produces his own little furnace. So
This green diamond, where does he keep it?
we found a lot of them for him, and I have no idea. I'm assuming somewhere in the tower where no one will ever find them, because he's very protective.
I see.
Yeah, there was a lot of green diamonds.
Yeah.
A lot. So yeah, Gil comes out. Like you wanted to call him Gil now for some reason. Dill comes out. He's got a little backpack on. And he says, well, it's not like it's going to be light for very long anyways, but we might as well leave now, I guess, right? He smiles.
That's right. So you're a singer, Dill? deal?
Yes, yes. Soprano.
Nice. We'll have to sing a song together. I am also a singer of songs and teller of tales. I'm Panessa,
Oh.
the bard.
Oh, that is. It's excellent. I've heard of you. I'm honored to be in your presence, Panesta. Ooh, this could be very fun. We could sing
Yes.
songs. We could have a campfire. We could toast, lizard and eat it on a
Yes.
stick.
Sing us a song and build a fire, and I'll dance around it for you.
Oh, it's like a party. He seems a little bit naive.
Yeah, I lean over to Revna where he can't hear me. I pull Revna aside. I say, I think this guy might die very fast.
I just kind of look at her and grin. Like that.
You see Ali wearing a very worried look on his face, looking at this guy.
But we'll try. We'll keep him alive. We're good at that. We're good at keeping our little NPCs alive.
Yes, it appears we're good at keeping everyone alive but ourselves.
Yeah, and he starts heading off. I guess you guys head down to where the horses are, wherever, and you get that all figured out. Crystal, roll a d4 for me.
Okay.
Come on, Rowan Beach.
2.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
I'd like to
Nice.
buy some torches before we leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, you guys can get whatever you need. You got time.
Also, we should go get Helene
You want to take Helene with you? Okay. Yep.
if
She'll
she wants
join.
to go.
Yeah, she'll come. I mean, she's basically a member of the party when you ask her to be. Sounds
because-
exciting to her.
Because if Fenn was an apprentice of Vol, I say, is he crazy or just sees things? Deal, I'll ask.
Oh no, he's not crazy. Why would you think that? He takes a little bit of the lotus, It helps him expand his mind. We all have different talents. I sing, ooh, and he paints when he does the lotus. If I do too much lotus, then my voice doesn't quite get where I need it to be. Really high up there. Ooh.
I just think a powerful magician who is also on drugs, we might need Helene, yes, so let's make sure we might need all the help we can get.
Oh, he's a kind soul. Gentle.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, smiles. Yeah, you get horses. Helene comes. You have a decent amount. Maybe not with the moneylenders anymore, but you have a decent amount of credit in town. Actually, you have those gems from the last adventure, so you could hawk those too. I think they're worth about 2,500 gold pieces. But anyways, you have some. If you go to a place and say we need horses, nobody's asking you to pay up front for the gold pieces. You're well known, so you can definitely get the horses. And you head out into the Lug Wasteland.
Yeah,
So
I got a question, Daniel.
Yep.
Ali being a 7th level wizard, when he went to his home, does he have any inventory of any of the potions that witches normally brew?
Sure, why not? You can have a couple potions. Roll a d4. You can have that many.
Okay.
Figure you probably have them from before.
That here. 4.
Oh, hey, yeah. Pick 4 potions.
Nice.
And you guys can pick up whatever mundane stuff that you want. From your stores.
Okay.
Cool. So heading off into the Lug Wasteland.
Oh, one more
Yeah.
thing. How
Sure.
much the black dagger? Let me find my.
The 2 black +1 daggers that you got from the assassin.
Yeah, because I also got, in addition to that, what else did I get? Hold on. I had the 2 daggers of +1 magic. Thought I picked up something else too.
I think there was another magic dagger at one point, and I mentioned it was it shed light. I think because I remember saying you already have a magic dagger, and you were like, yes, but this one sheds
Yeah.
light.
Yeah, I don't remember. Can I take the 2 assassin's daggers and to like I guess an apothecary or somebody like that? Oop, hold on just one second. To an apothecary or something like that. Basically have them recoated with poison.
Oh well, you'd have to do it right before you're going to use them.
Oh, it's not
You
something
could
that'll
try to
hang
buy
out.
poison, but it's no. They had the doses of poison on them.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I mean they knew you were coming, so they coated the 3 daggers. That's why.
Gotcha.
And you can buy poisons, but it's a little kind of bad section of town kind of thing. But you certainly can do it.
Nah, that's all right.
Or we could probably get Young to make it for you. Young's character, being a witch and all that.
Yeah, if you can, he can. If you can't, then that's fine too.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you ask him?
Well, I mean, I'll ask while we're on the road,
Okay. Yeah,
if you're
later.
able to do it. Because I mean, it's got something like he said, it's got to be something that I gotta have fresh. So
Yeah, you could have it in a bottle or something, but then you gotta coat the dagger before you use it. It'll last for a few rounds. That's kind of what she did. Or yeah, she did. She put it on when she knew you guys were coming, and then had them ready. If that makes sense. Okay, just looking to see what you're going through. It looks like you're going through Lug Wasteland is wetlands. Wetlands. Cool. Roll 3d6 for me. Nikki.
Okay, I'm gonna do it here. 6, 3. 14.
14. Lug Wastelands. 14. Ooh. Yeah. All right. Roll another 3d6 for me.
Okay. 3d6. Once again. 12.
12. How exciting.
Is it though?
It's definitely exciting. Oh, that makes sense, actually. All right, you guys get out. Obviously, you travel for the vast majority of the day. You're mostly close to civilization. When you're in Khromarium, at least civilization that people go out into regularly to hunt and stuff like that. So, as you're nearing close to the end of what we'll call the day, obviously there's only an hour or so of light every day. So, and you left later in the thing. So, but after you've traveled a bit, so it's probably like the middle of the night, really, when it comes down to it. You stop to set up camp, and as you do, you notice kind of in the distance some like eyes flashing and just like the light of the fire, and something moving around. You guys have been around a bit for a while, and you realize that there seems to be a pack of wolves that seem to be scoping you out. You're not sure how many there are, but you definitely think there's a lot of them because you're kind of looking around, and either that or they're moving like crazy fast because they seem to be in many places.
I would like to use a spell.
Okay.
I'm going to tell everyone to stand back from the campfire, and I'm going to cast Produce Bonfire to make a bigger fire to scare the wolves away.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, you do that, and the fire gets much bigger. And when it does, actually, when it first comes up, you actually can see the wolves, off 60, 70 feet away. There's a lot of them. There's almost a dozen wolves out there. But that sudden burst of fire like that, they all turn and scatter. And for the rest of the night, you hear bits of howls and stuff, but they never really come back close. And you have a campfire. And now you have a bonfire. Would you like to dance, Ali?
Yeah, sure. He's gonna dance. He's gonna take off his shirt, and then he's gonna go ooh, ah, ooh, ah, and he's like dancing around the fire.
Nice.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's not casting anything. But he's just
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. You dance around the fire and then a non-magical manner, I guess. Dill sings a bit to accompany. You realize that a soprano is great, but maybe not by itself all the time.
Well, I can sing with him around the
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, and between the fire and the noise, no animals bother you. However,
Yeah,
go on.
yeah. Ali puts his robe on, and then he walks up to, Dill and Panessa and says, "The duet was beautiful. Dill, you play the part of the lady very well."
He smiles and says, "Well, I do consider myself to be very versatile." Yeah, he's eating his fried lizard or roasted lizard, and seems pretty happy. As everyone's kind of fading off. I'm assuming you're keeping a watch. Okay, let me see who's
Oh yeah,
on watch.
especially after seeing wolves, we would.
Yeah. Okay. So it comes up to be everybody's basically is crashed out, and you're on watch, Podesta. And the bonfire is still because it's kind of, I'm assuming it burns down a bit after a while, but it's still probably a pretty decent sized fire. And you start to notice in the flames a shape kind of taking form. It seems oddly familiar to you. As it's kind of wisping in the flames. And as you're kind of looking at it, you have this weird feeling like you're looking in a mirror. Make a saving throw versus magic. Sorcery, it's called in this.
Versus sorcery?
Yep.
Okay. I don't have any modifiers for that. Let me get out my d20. Oh god. Oh no, not with a 2.
Oh no, okay. Yeah, so okay. You hear, and everybody wakes up with this. You hear you thought that Dill was high. You hear a high keening. Like a moan, and sadness rips through your body. You actually pass out. And everybody else wakes up because it's just so loud. And when you look, you see Pernesta laid out on the ground, and the fire has almost completely burnt out, which seems very unnatural, of course. And you have aged 13 years, Pernesta.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So perhaps you have I don't know, maybe part of your hair went white or something. It's kind of a shock thing. And the fire is mostly burned down, and it's absolutely completely quiet. And I think we'll leave it there. This seems like a good place to leave it. Nest has aged.
Oh, well, better that than dying.
That is 100% true. You are in the Lug Wastelands, and we'll pick up again next week, and we'll see about finding Dill's brother and the painting of the future.